Major Mohammad Ali Shah is joining me on the broadcast to share his views on the air show that has been put up by the IAF. A very good morning to you, sir. Tell us more about the event and what a spectacle that has been put up by the IAF.
Absolutely, yes. And we have Aradhika Mahotsav celebration going on. So we have an air display show in Srinagar, and where they fly past over Dal Lake. They are army helicopters, air force helicopters. They are fighter pilots. They are jets. They are MiGs. They are all over the in Srinagar. And if you would be in Srinagar right now, I was just speaking to some friends of mine who were in Srinagar at this point of time, and they were telling that, oh, we are there's a lot of air, there are helicopters, there are fighter pilots which are flying past above a house and such things. And I told them, no, actually it is, there are celebrations that are going on. And let me also remind you that, our viewers, that 50 years of winning the Battle of 1971, we commemorate that. And which was a very, very big victory where over 93,000 troops of the Pakistan Army had surrendered to the Indian Armed Forces. There was a difficulty in logistics and where to keep them, where to administrate them, but we managed that. Similarly, like how we have the air show happening in Srinagar right now, we also have in Calcutta, in Eastern Command, we have this, we are commemorating 50 years of the night of liberation of Bangladesh. So there is a play happening also over here called Ikhattar Ki Ladai Ek Vijay Gatha, in which I am also participating. I have come to Calcutta for that. In fact, so this air show in Srinagar is of a lot of significance. It boosts the morale of every single soldier, every single citizen when they are in Srinagar and they look up to the skies and they see the Indian Air Force touching the sky with glory and they're seeing the fly past. They feel like, oh, they feel inspired. They feel that the armed forces, that the Indian Air Force is there to look over them, to keep a watch over them and to protect them. So earlier, when people are not very supportive of the armed forces in states of Jammu, Kashmir or in Northeast for that matter, now people, when they look at the armed forces there, they, instead of feeling intimidated with the armed forces, they feel that the armed forces are there to protect them. They are there to look after them. So certainly, this air show is of a lot of significance, and my congratulations to the Indian Air Force for a very successful air show which is going on. And yes, there are some pictures and videos floating on WhatsApp which people are trying to, civilians are trying to take from the skies. They are so fascinated seeing the aircraft hover in the sky, and they are very relieved that yes, the armed forces are there to protect them.
Right, sir, you also mentioned that not only in Jammu and Kashmir, these activities are also happening in Calcutta. What are the other states that are participating in the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav?
Well, I know for a fact in Calcutta, the Eastern Command, we have different corps under that, and the Ordnance Unit is doing a great job. So they are everywhere else. I mean, apart from the Eastern Command, the Northern Command, especially on the Indo-Pak border, that is towards Gujarat or towards Punjab or towards Rajasthan, especially in Longewala, they are, because 4th December 1971, the Indian Navy had bombarded the port of Karachi, and 8th of December 1971, the Longewala battle took place, where brave hearts of 23 Punjab, only 120 troops, and they gave a befitting reply to the enemy from the other side who had come in a full armored brigade, and they left them chasing. It was the Air Force victory and the Army victory combined together, because ultimately it was the Hunter aircraft which could not fly at night. So they had to wait for the first ray of light in the daytime, and they took off and they gave hell to the Pakistani tanks. And the enemy had to retreat immediately. But they bombarded so many tanks, and so many Paramveer Chakra at that time were awarded. And similarly, we have in Arunachal also celebrations are going on. But in Arunachal, let me tell you, it was a 1965 victory with the China at that time. So most certainly these celebrations are to be celebrated by every single Indian. And I'm and compliments to your channel, because I feel, why is it that the nation wakes up on every 15th August or 26th January or Kargil Vijay Devas, and they make videos and they say, oh, we are in solitude with the Indian Armed Forces and they are true heroes. But why can't the Indian Armed Forces be celebrated every day by normal civilians? And I think these are the real heroes. I mean, having had experience in films as well, in national award-winning films like Bajrangi Bhaijaan, Haider, Kashmir Files, and having served in the army, I really say that the Indian Armed Forces are our true heroes, and a big salute to the heroes in uniform.
Absolutely. Now, sir, this is of course a picturestic visual coming across our screens. What is it that goes behind the scenes to put up a visual like that, and what is the message that it sends across? Because as you said that Azadi is not something to be celebrated only on these 2 days, only on Independence Day. So what is the message that it sends across, especially at a time when we see so many disturbances coming from external factors in this area? So what is it that this event marks and signifies?
You know, when I was in Nagaland, I was posted in Kohima, I read these golden words on a tombstone. The Kohima World War Cemetery, before it said, "When you go home, tell them of us and say, for your tomorrow, we gave our today. How can a man die better than facing fearful odds, serving the ashes of his fathers and the temples of his gods?" So it is the real heroes who sacrificed their lives, who lived away from their families, who without complaining, it is a way of life. They take pride in that, and it is people like you, channel like you, who actually thank God. I mean, there are some people who are there to recognize the sacrifice of our brave soldiers. Captain Vijayan Thapar in the 1999, he wrote this letter, which everyone, I mean, before he went for the final assault towards the enemy. And what did he write in this letter? He wrote, "My loving Papa, Mummy and Grammy and Bertie, by the time you get this letter, I would be observing you all from the skies, enjoying the hospitality of Apsaras. I have no regrets. In fact, if I were to be born again as a human, I would choose to join the army and serve my nation. Whichever organ needs to be taken should be taken and donated. Please donate some money to the orphanage and continue giving ₹50 to Ruxana every month. And please go and meet Yogi Baba. Papa, you must be proud. Mama, so must you. Anyhow, it's about time I go and join my clan of Dirty Dozen. My assault party has 12 chaps. Live life, king size, yours, Robin." This letter was written by Captain Vijayan Thapar. Look at the emotions of this letter. And that is the emotion that every single soldier of the country carries with pride, in fact.
Right. Can you also tell us the importance of it in the light of the mission of Indian government towards Atmanirbhar Bharat? So how is this strengthening the mission in this aspect?
You know, the mission Atmanirbhar Bharat is a mission I must commend for various reasons. First, I will deviate for 20 seconds slightly away from armed forces. You know, US had banned export and import of raw materials for the vaccination because they wanted to control all the vaccinations. As a result, India got delayed by a few months in producing the vaccine. Fine. But the day we administered over 250 crore vaccinations in one single day, that day, it was coincidence or whatever, US came that day and said, "Let us open up the export of vaccines," because they also understood that more than we need them, they need us. Now when we talk of Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, if you read the defense procurement procedure of 2011 and the DPP of 2009 and the defense procurement manual, you'll find so many changes and so many financial powers now from the Prime Minister's fund. They have the powers of actually destinating the funds. So now everything is happening in fast track, which is a very, very good sign, because a normal defense deal would take years by the time the RFP, the request for proposal, the RFI, request for information, the field trials are conducted, and the equipment is actually tested. Now it's all fast track. Unlike the Home Ministry earlier, unless you are with the National Security Guards, the Black Cat Commandos or paramilitary, where the procurement was faster. Now with Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are able to manufacture our own equipment with ease, and it's always better. For example, if you have made something yourself or anybody has made something themselves, it will be easier to actually use it rather than buying something from outside and then learning how to use it, because half the time we spend on training. Here also you need to be trained, of course, but it's always better. So Atmanirbhar Bharat has come a long way, and I commend every single citizen of our country for that.
Right. Now, sir, this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav was kick-started by Prime Minister Narendra Modi earlier this year. Now we see IAF conducting an air show in Srinagar. What is the message that is sent across to the neighbouring countries?
Oh yes, it's a very good message, loud and clear. And if you observe one more thing, look at the coordination and synchronization of the aircraft. In fact, very common, one sees on 26th January at the Republic Day Parade at Rajpath, you see the Air Force aircraft in diamond formation, spear formation, leading formation, different formations. Now look at the coordination, so precise, but even 0.1 millisecond, which means even if you go wrong, by 0.1 millisecond, there can be a disaster in mid-air. So that is the kind of, in fact in India, whether people like it or not, one thing I will say very clearly, what we lack is in discipline. As Indians, we are not very disciplined. I'm sorry to say this, but it's a fact I'm telling you. You know, in this pandemic, it's only the National Defence Academy, Indian Military Academy, the Air Force Academy, the Officers Training Academy, and the Naval Academy. These 5 academies, I know for sure, there would have been more academies which function very well, normally, without having any break. Now, the message that goes across is to our neighbors, our not so friendly neighbors is, see, we are ready, ever vigilant, ever alert. Indian Army, do not mess with the, when I say Army, I mean the Air Force, Navy, the Indian Armed Forces basically. I mean, Army also, so it's there in my head so much. So don't mess with the Indian Armed Forces because we believe in one policy of peace very clearly. हम किसी को छेड़ेंगे नहीं, लेकिन अगर किसी ने हमको छेड़ा, तो हम उसको छोड़ेंगे नहीं. So we are well armed, well equipped, and we can give any befitting reply anytime, 24/7 of the day.
Right, Major Mohammad Ali Shah, thank you for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your insights on this particular topic.